Okay. Oh my god. Phone or tablet on my phone. I am not on level 1. I am not. I'm level 30 something. Shit. Does that work? I'll do it later. I am not at level 4. Oh.
Hello?
Because that's how we got the issue resolved with Home Depot when we ended up with that pallet of floors for like
I like to make that sound. Can I look sometime?
Feels good.
Um,
Oh my god, that's a body bag. I just found something dead in here. This is all blood. Holy shit, this is blood. There's blood everywhere in this room, man. What's up guys, I'm Sargi. Welcome back to another video. I am starting off today's video inside of this abandoned hospital where everything is left behind. Let me tell you guys, this is probably the greatest abandoned hospital that I have ever seen because everything is left behind. Like, I'm talking every little thing. These people just totally abandoned this place, left the hospital behind, and some say there are people left behind in here too. Okay, I made that part up. But this place is cool, it's abandoned, and let's go explore it. It's very rare to find these nowadays, abandoned hospitals, especially ones that have literally everything. I haven't been through this yet. I just literally looked through this window. I just got in, and look at this. Literally, everything's just been brought out to the hallways. There's all these like weird Motorola machines. I'm not sure what they're for. This should be a really exciting adventure just to take you guys along. Make you guys feel like you're here with me on this adventure. I'm not sure if there's gonna be homeless people in here or people that are gonna attack me, or I don't know. I'm kind of just going off by myself, hoping to explore this abandoned hospital. Look at this. We got an old bed over here. I don't know any history about this place, and I don't think I'm gonna give any. I'm just gonna explore it and go with the flow and just see what we find out. Look at this. Controls from back in the day. Honestly, like, this hospital doesn't look like it's that old, but it looks like it's been abandoned for quite some time. And you can tell from all the decay and all the destruction. A lot of the destruction here is just natural destruction, and also people just kind of like stripping wires and stealing stuff. You can tell from up there. That's what's going on here. We got another room over here with a bed left behind. You know, they could have donated all this stuff to other hospitals, but I think they defunded this place because of, you know, being old and all the equipment is outdated and stuff, and They probably just wanted a fresh start. Now the town that we're in is really old. There's a lot of historic houses, a lot of historic things to see, and there's just abandoned houses and buildings everywhere. It's almost like a ghost town in here. I don't know if there's a morgue, but I'm gonna try to find one for you guys. The hospital isn't that big, it's only a 1 floor. There might be a basement, there might not be, I don't know. But this is what I'm looking at here, and it is always really scary to just walk around alone. Carlo is here, and so is Angelo, and they're somewhere around in the building. Whoa, I'm getting like caught up in spider webs everywhere. Now when it comes to abandoned, I usually don't wear shorts, but it's so hot out here that I'm just boiling. Like, it's just too hot. I had to wear some shorts and a tank, but it's always like the worst thing you could do when it comes to abandoned, because sometimes, you know, we'd be running through thorns and bushes and you just never know what you get into. I don't think I'm gonna be investigating for ghosts in here. I mean, it's an old abandoned hospital. There's probably spirits, there's probably ghosts. I mean, people have probably died here. But I just wanted to do an old-fashioned explore like I used to in the past. But if you guys do spot something in the darkness in the background, let me know in the comments below. I mean, it is possible that there will be something. After all, this place has seen death. It has seen, you know, a lot of negativity. It is a hospital. It's not a place that you want to be. It's not a positive place. Also, check it out. We got another bed over here with a lot of stuff left behind on it. Oh my god. I did not even realize that there was a mirror there, and it terrified me for a sec. Place is super cool. Really amazing. Oh. Okay, is this the wind? I mean, I don't feel a draft with my hand. Hold on a sec. There's probably a wind or a draft in here. Yeah, there probably is. Okay, that kind of freaked me out for a sec. I don't know where the guys are. They're just walked in and disappeared. So I'm kind of just walking alone solo in here right now. We got more of these like doctor's offices. Whoa, alright, so this place has seen a lot of destruction. Oh, it goes down, way down that way. I didn't realize it was gonna go down that way. That's pretty interesting. Got another room over here. Oh baby, look at this. Haven't seen one of these in a very long time. This gives you a good clear indication of how old this hospital is. When you have floppy disks like this, you know, back in the day, we used to insert these in the computers and you'd be able to go on a program or an application. These are called floppy disks. But you know, most of my fan base is adults, and you guys already know what this is, but for the younger people that watch my videos, which is a small percentage, yeah, this is what we would watch and open up applications and stuff. It's pretty cool. Oh, ew, we got blood covered gloves over here. This is disgusting. I do have a black light, which I brought it with me. Let's see if this actually is blood. And I actually do have luminol. Yeah, that's definitely blood. Oh my god, there is blood in here. Holy shit, that's a lot of blood. So that is a lot of blood. How could they just leave gloves full of blood here behind like this? Like, that's disgusting. And it's very old and dry, as you guys can see. Here's the thing, I did bring luminol with me, and when you spray luminol on blood, if you can't see it, like, that's a lot of blood, we can clearly see it, so there's no point for me to spray it. But if I have luminol in my pocket, and if I spray it on something where I believe it might be blood, it's gonna illuminate with the black light. So I'm gonna try to find some other things in here that could possibly have blood on it, and we can illuminate it. Also, check it out, there's like vials and syringes in here, left behind. See what else we can find in here. Place is so creepy. Oh, this is like a little room with like a refrigerator. Yeah, not much going on in here. When it comes to hospitals like this, places that have a lot left behind, it's never a good idea to overlook something. Always double check in a room, because there's always little hidden things that you miss. And sometimes, you know, we have to go back a second time. This room over here, holy moly, there's no way I can even get in here. Oh, everywhere I walk into, there's like spider webs on every door. Whoa. Now this is serious. Oh my god, so much stuff left behind. So pretty much every room down on this side has items left in it. Look at this, there's beds in here, photocopiers, cabinets. It's almost like they stored it expecting to come back, but I guess it got destroyed by water. You know, they probably had a water leak, you can tell. The ceilings are all messed up. And we got this whole like filing cabinet area. Let's check it out. The world of an endoscope. Ugh, this stuff grosses me out, honestly. Like, hospital stuff really does gross me out. I'm not a fan of it. Then again, who is a fan of the hospital, right? Like, I recently split my hand open, and you can see my knuckle. You know, this was like 3 weeks ago back in Canada. And I did not go to the hospital. I actually could see my bone in my hand, and I'm pretty sure my knuckle is broken right now. It doesn't hurt, but it's broken because my knuckle got pushed back. It's not affecting me in any negative way, so I think I'm chilling. Just because I did not want to go to a hospital. Hospitals in Canada take like 8 hours or even longer. Like there was a time where I got stabbed and I was in the hospital for 14 hours just to get stitched up, which was a really bad stab wound too. But you know, it just, I don't like hospitals. I do like abandoned ones, just not real hospitals, because I don't know, man, I just don't like the vibes there. Let's go down this way. I haven't been through here just yet. Very interesting how I haven't run into Angelo and Carlo, and I literally walked in with them. And I don't hear any of them, which is strange. Maybe they're just filming like a video where they're not talking. Look at this. We got another room over here. We got phones. Yeah, we got more cool stuff in here. We got a phone over here.
That sounds funny.
Stop. Bathe in progress. This looks like Carlo over here. And we got a phone. A nice phone handle. We got this big old bed. A TV. Yeah, pretty awesome. Another room over here with just lots of stuff left behind. Oh, what is all this? Oh, I have no idea what this is. Maybe you guys can let me know in the comments below. What is this thing here? Oh, no, this is creepy. What the hell kind of toy is this? Wow. The one-eyed cone head? This might be like a cone head, sugar loaf. Made in Colorado. This was a sugar loaf. I've never seen a sugar loaf. Do you guys know what a sugar loaf is? It's like everywhere, every room I go to, it's just new things I haven't seen. There's a coffee machine over there. Lots of stuff here left behind. Now you guys know we don't take things, we just literally document and we leave. You know, we just film it. We take the memories with us. At least that's what I do. I don't know about other people that do this or try to do this, but I don't take anything. I just document. We got another hospital bed over here. I should just stop calling it hospital beds because, you know, this is a hospital. So let's just call it a bed, okay? Just a bed. Now this place is really wowing. Like seeing it is like, wow, crazy stuff here. But I want that wow factor in the wowness. Like there's always that one thing inside these places that makes me go, oh my God, this is insane. Like, yes, I do.
Fucking ads.
Stop using your old boring keyboard today. You can even customize your very own keyboard theme, which is really cool.
On the blood, but this is even, like, I want something even more insane than that. And I won't be satisfied until I find it. Will I find it in here? Probably not. Oh, wow, there's a freaking treadmill in here. Okay, maybe that's, okay, maybe this is my wow. Wow, what are the odds of that? I was just saying that. Literally, I had no idea this treadmill was here. I just walked in, and there's a freaking treadmill. Very old one, too. Look at how old this thing is. Does it work? Oh, a little bit. Kind of seized. Might need some oil. It probably needs a bit of oil. So maybe this is it. Maybe this is my wowness for this hospital. Let me know in the comments below what would be your favorite part of the hospital. The beds, the treadmill, another bedroom over here. This looks really cool, to be honest. Wow. Well, looks like somebody stole a purse and just left it in here. Wow. Anything in it? Yeah, probably someone robbed someone, or, I mean, look, it's got $1.50 on it. Someone probably took it from a pawn shop or an antique shop. Alright, we got some graffiti over here. It means that there's been people to destroy. Look at this. Another bedroom. And the bed's pretty much left in good condition. This room is actually in perfect condition. That's so cool. Check it out. There's like a bathroom here connecting the other bedroom over here. This one's missing its mattress. That's pretty cool. Whoa, that is awesome. Love seeing that. Oh my god. We got blood everywhere. Holy shit. Jeez. Okay, I don't want to be in this room. That's gross. Is that a body bag? No, that's not a body bag. I thought that was a body bag for a sec. Jesus Christ. No, that's just a mattress. It's so strange though. It's got like these pipes coming down from it. So as you guys can see, I do have my UV light over here, and this is all blood. Holy shit, this is literally, there's blood everywhere in this room, man. This is unbelievable. I did not expect this. I don't know why there's so much blood here, but look at it. Look at how it illuminates. Jesus Christ, man. Oh my god. I've honestly never seen this much blood in an abandoned hospital before. Somebody must have cut himself real bad, and not during the hospital days. This must be like something after, like maybe like a homeless man. Maybe somebody slit someone's throat. But yeah, man, there's literally blood everywhere. Now this is something I've never seen before. A wheelchair this wide. It fits like 3 people. This must have been for someone that was very, very large. I just found like $1,000 in here. Literally, there's hundreds of dollar bills everywhere. I think somebody just robbed a bank and just left it here. Okay, I'm just kidding. This is play money, and I just found it all over the ground. Look, guys. There's play money everywhere. Look, we got more money here. More money here. I just found like $1,000. I just found like $1,000. Look, it's all over the ground.
What?
Yeah, literally. There's more of it.
Yeah, okay.
Somebody robbed a bank. Dude, I'm not even joking. Somebody robbed a bank and left the money here. There's money everywhere. You didn't see it?
That's so big. I mean, to a quarter.
Dude, look. There's money all over the ground. There's 100 there. What? There's hundreds there. There's money everywhere. Look. Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
What the hell? Yo.
It's play money.
I know. I was just thinking, I'm like, is he playing for me?
Did you fall for it though?
At first when I seen it, I'm like,
I'm gonna make it rain on you.
yeah, baby. What is that? Does it sound like it's coming in the house? It sounds like a laugh. Hello? What the fuck is that?
That's an owl.
Oh. Mayflower Hall.
It's a nice name, nice placard.
Sure.
Smells like,
It smells like shit in here.
yeah, well, I mean, it smells a little musty.
That's what all the places that we go to smell like, dust. Oh, that goes back pretty far.
Okay,
I'm gonna lose my mind in here.
I'm getting the vibes. Do you think on any one of these adventures you'll ever truly sort of have a psychic break?
Like a mental breakdown?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, you almost got there in the Sally house.
Well, let's hope that doesn't happen today, huh?
I mean, I'm fingers crossed it does.
How many subscriptions are you paying for? Rocket Money finds sneaky or forgotten subscriptions and makes
This week on BuzzFeed Unsolved, we investigate Penhurst State School and Hospital as part of our ongoing investigation into the question, are ghosts real? This is actually now a Halloween attraction called Penhurst Asylum, and as you can see, they didn't really change much. It's still very much an abandoned hellscape.
This is what happens to all buildings, though, over time, right? When not tended to.
Yeah, this is kind of like a look of what the apocalypse would look like
Yeah.
in micro form.
Place is really rotting very well.
Yeah, there were some pretty weird things that went down here.
Well, let's hear about them.
Okay, let's get into it. On January 23rd, 1903, Pennhurst State School was commissioned as the Eastern Pennsylvania State Institution for the Feeble-Minded and Epileptic, a place for people with intellectual disabilities and people with epilepsy to live, learn, and be cared for in a safe environment. In the end, there would eventually be more than 20 buildings in total to make up the sprawling campus.
I get a vibe here, it's sort of like the Avengers headquarters.
Why would you get that vibe?
Just rolling grounds, a lot of different buildings. It seems like a place the Avengers would live.
You know, you're right. As I scan around, this place definitely screams high tech.
Well,
We got like a couch over there with a couple cockroaches fucking.
touched
We got this
it and my
like
hand
board.
turned black.
Your hand, your fingers are now falling off because you touched a wall. This place definitely Avengers worthy.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the facility quickly fell into disrepair and poor living conditions, catalyzed mainly by the overcrowding, understaffing, and lack of funds. Regardless of their age, all residents of Pennhurst were called children, even though there were many adult residents. In 1974, the reported average age was 36 years old, and on average spent 21 years of their life at Pennhurst.
Why did they call them children?
I don't know, I just read that.
Just very derogatory.
Yeah, back in the day, people did not know a lot about mental health. I heard that people who had ADHD or ADD were put in here because
just lump them all in, throw them over here. I feel like back in the day, they might have put you in here.
I mean, I guess if I was saying like I saw a ghost or I saw visions.
Yeah, if you went around town in like 1908 or 1910 saying, I seen ghosts, I see ghosts all the time.
All right.
Can we call the people?
You know where I saw a lot of ghosts? In this building over here, and then they just slammed the door and close it up like the Red Wedding.
Yeah, you'd be one of the children.
I'd be one of the children. In 1968, nearly 60 years after Pennhurst's opening, a documentary series called Suffer the Little Children finally revealed to the public the horrors of the facility. A doctor at the facility who was actually named Dr. Fear.
If your last name is Fear and you receive a doctorate, I believe it is your moral responsibility to be a bad person.
Dr. Fear, I'm trying to think of professions you could actually be with that name. You're either gonna be a supervillain, a pro wrestler, or an evil doctor.
He actually seems like the prime arch nemesis to C.C. Tinsley.
Dr. Fear versus C.C. Tinsley.
I'd read a serial about that.
We don't know what happened to C.C. Tinsley. Maybe he...
Dr. Fear fucking murked him.
He got murked by Dr. Fear. In the documentary, Dr. Fear admitted to threatening and punishing patients. In one instance, Fear punished a patient by injecting the patient with the most painful injection that would not cause damage.
This guy sounds like a real piece of shit.
He was a piece of shit. The documentary also stated that the largest zoos in the country spent $7.15 each day on each animal, whereas Pennhurst only spent $5.90 per resident per day at the time of the airing.
That seems pretty cheap for animals.
Yeah, and then you look down and you go, oh, what's $5.90? Oh, that's humans. Was that you?
No, that was a noise from over there.
So this was apparently a day room back in the day, or a common room.
Now it appears to have
a pentagram.
Some other stuff. This looks like medical equipment.
Yeah, it was a hospital back in the day. Oh my God, this room is fucking horrifying over here.
It's just a room.
My goal here tonight, since this place was such a place of tragedy, is, I don't know, if we could reach out to them, maybe we could help some of them.
You're just looking for positivity, is that what you're saying?
I'm trying to, while also trying to fight the fact that I'm fucking terrified right now, so.
Hello, spirits. We're here with good vibes. We ask you to let us film you tonight and put you on YouTube.
Is there anybody here right now? There's also a little doll on this bed here. Is that yours? Can you move the doll?
Oh, hello.
There's also a little doll on this bed here. Is that yours? Can you move the doll?
Oh, hello. You ever been to Mexico City? We got a fella who would love to meet you.
you move that doll?
It's not very heavy. Can you make her blink or make her head spin around?
Jesus Christ. Let's just start with move. How about that? And then we'll work up from there.
What do you want it to do? Like just get up and start dancing like
No,
the
I don't
WB
want
frogs?
it to. No, I want it to.
You want the little doll?
I want it to flip
Hello,
over.
my baby.
Like,
hello, my honey.
if it flipped over right now, that would be insane.
In 1974, Terry Lee Halderman, a resident at Pennhurst, filed a class action lawsuit against Pennhurst State School and Hospital. While a resident at Pennhurst, Halderman reportedly suffered about 40 injuries, including cracked teeth, a fractured finger, and a broken jaw. During that trial, the conditions of Pennhurst were described and were later undisputed by the Supreme Court. Here's a quote on those conditions. Quote, "Conditions at Pennhurst are not only dangerous, with the residents often physically abused or drugged by staff members, but inadequate. Indeed, the court found that the physical, intellectual, and emotional skills of some residents have deteriorated at Pennhurst." End quote. Many residents were physically harmed by either abuse or neglect by the staff, including death. In his autobiography, former resident Roland Johnson described the smell of Pennhurst as a doghouse. Quote, "It just smells like feces, rats crawling, roaches crawling all over, feces and pee on the floor, flies coming in the windows." End quote.
If I were a fly, I'd be trying to get out. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean, but flies also like poop.
They do like poop.
So if flies are trying to get in your house, you're probably not doing it right.
Rave Yelp reviews for flies.
On Yelp, 5 stars. Great poop all around the digs. It's a fucking feast in here, boys.
Some of the best poop I've ever had.
Poop for miles.
They just leave it lying around.
Either way.
You usually have to work for it, but at this place, it's like an old country buffet, but full of poop.
In 1984, the final settlement of Pennhurst versus Halderman called for the closure of Pennhurst, and in 1987, Pennhurst State School and Hospital were mercifully officially shut down. This is only a brief summary of the horrors of Pennhurst State School, in which I've spared details that I found particularly upsetting. I can only imagine the unjust misery and suffering that took place within these believer in spirits and energy. I believe those who suffered are more likely to remain, and in that respect, I find it poor souls that once stayed here still linger today. That being said, let's get into some of the places that are supposedly the most active, starting with the underground tunnels. At Pennhurst, buildings are actually linked by an underground tunnel system. Down here, there is all kinds of reported activity. A property manager even refused to venture down alone.
This is the tunnel system that's under the entire facility. So this goes from all the buildings, kind of like a spider web.
Yeah.
And as you can see, it isn't pleasant.
I'm not trying to be crass here, but there is a surprising amount of penis art in
Is there?
here. Yeah, well, Ryan.
Oh wow, that's a triumphant penis right there. Look at that.
Very proud of it.
If you see obstacles ahead of you, take a closer look at this force that's been overcoming them for almost 250 years.
And make your history.
So throughout this tunnel, we have a laser grid and we have a bunch of motion lights going to the end of the tunnel. So if anything runs toward us or moves in this tunnel, we're gonna see it. This does look like the Twilight Zone.
Yeah. See, now that looks cool. If a ghost did that, that would be fun.
If there's anybody down here who's sad or mad, just make your presence known, move.
Jiggle. Drop a deuce or get off the pot, buddy.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Pennhurst is so active that there's a book written about the hauntings by a woman named Tamara Lawrence, who worked in the Mayflower building in 2011. She details the 4 known spirits that haunt the 2nd floor of the building. The first is a little boy named Howie, who plays with a Fisher-Price airplane.
Howie, we hear this is your plane if you're here. We also hear you don't like people touching it. If you're here, could you perhaps move the plane?
Howie, if you don't move this plane, I'm gonna touch it with my dirty hands.
His dirty man hands.
I'm gonna disrespect your favorite toy.
Oh my God, don't phrase it that way.
It's a toy, Ryan.
Just saying. I mean, it can't get much worse than being in this room. If you truly are trapped in here, Howie, I'm sorry, because this room is gross. Oh God, what are you gonna do? You have a very sly, evil smile on right now. I don't like it.
I'm gonna touch it.
I know you're gonna touch it.
Here we go, Howie. I'm gonna touch your plane.
The second ghost is a shadow man who is repeatedly seen in the common room or in the bathroom. One couple claimed to discover that his name is Fisher, a name which can be found on a wall in one of the cells. This shadow man has been caught multiple times on camera by other investigators. Perhaps we'll be lucky enough to do the same.
So, right now we're in the common room. This is where a shadow man is often seen. He's actually been caught in a couple pictures in this room. So I thought we just walk around in the dark, take some pictures, and maybe he'll pop up in some of them.
I have a crazy hunch that your eyes are gonna play tricks on you and you're gonna lose your mind.
Okay.
I'm gonna douse my light now.
Oh shit. Yep, you're right, you're 100% right. Okay.
Let's start flashing.
Anybody in here with us? Don't mind me, I'm just gonna take your picture. Say cheese. Oh God, this is fucked up. Oh,
That's a chair.
okay.
Look down that long hallway.
Shut up, Shane. Shooting.
You notice how your eyes play tricks on you when it's dark like this?
Firing.
Shadow Man.
Fisher? Is that your name? Are you in here? Oh my God, this is fucking
I
horrifying.
don't like this one bit.
I really don't like this. Is anybody here with us right now? What was that?
What?
What was that? What was that? I heard something in that cell over there. It sounded like a pebble moving or something. It could have been just like a drop from the ceiling.
Try to rationalize it all you want, but you know it's a ghost.
I'm just gonna phase you out right now. Ready? Firing.
Anything behind me?
Dude, there's no fucking head on you.
What? I would have been into that.
The third ghost is the spirit of a little girl who is seen in different spots throughout the second floor. The fourth ghost.
That's all we got on her?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. I don't know anything about her.
The fourth ghost is an angry nurse. According to multiple reports, people are stabbed with what feels like a needle. Both of these ghosts have been reported in what Lawrence calls the art room.
Got some new toys here. These are called dowsing rods. So now people use these today to communicate with ghosts. They'll say something like, show me what a yes looks like.
Show me give me a yes.
Usually they'll cross like that, like they just did because I moved my hand.
Yeah, so the hands being involved in this seems, because look, if you give me one.
It's not a toy.
Send word to the Shaniacs. We're done. We're disbanding.
I'm gonna take that and shove it right into your neck, watch the blood come out, and laugh and walk away.
And then I'll become a ghost because now they're real.
It's not a toy, give me, you fucking. To remove the possibility of human error,
Yeah.
I'm going to tape these dowsing rods to this. So what's gonna be interesting is it's gonna be kind of even.
At this moment, our audio recorder picks up a distant scream.
It's gonna be kind of even.
It does sound almost identical to the owl noise that we heard.
Okay.
Little owl out there?
No, it doesn't. I could put them back to back.
Do it again. I mean, it could be different birds.
All right, if there's anybody in here right now, could you move those two rods and show us what a yes looks like? Or better yet, let's just start with, can you move those two rods? I'm not saying that the people here who worked here were all bad people, but there were a couple bad eggs. And there's reports of a very angry nurse here who stabs people for no reason. So if that's true, move these little rods here. Or if you want us to leave, move these rods here. They are definitively not moving.
No. Hey, nurse.
Oh, God.
Bad nurse. Come on, put some needles in me.
Is there anybody in the room with us right now?
After asking if anybody is in the room, our audio recorder picks up 2 distant whimpers.
The second one maybe sounds like an owl. I'll give you that.
It could be 1,000 things before it's a ghost.
But listen to this one.
I'm not buying it.
Okay, not buying it.
To close this out, let's investigate perhaps the most active floor in the Mayflower building, the 3rd floor. This floor used to serve as dormitories for patients, and the current caretaker has claimed numerous residents still remain. In an effort to allow for easier communication, we'll explore the entire floor individually.
How are you feeling? You know, I'll go in first, and I'm going to... Dude. I am now walking alone on the 3rd floor. There appear to be a great deal... Oh, Ryan's gonna hate this. Here's a hallway that no one in their right mind would walk down because it has 1,000 doors. I'm going to continue all the way down this hallway. And I think down here, in this sad, scary room, is where I'm going to initiate the ghost.
You know I'm a beast.
All right, Ryan, we're coming up on 7 minutes here.
Fuck yeah, get the fuck out of here. See you later, peace.
How'd it go? You did it. What did... You seem rattled right now.
Yeah, I'm a little rattled because I just spent an entire 7 minutes up there alone as a little ghost antenna, just talking to ghosts, and I didn't enjoy it, and I want to leave now, so let's leave.
Little ghost antenna. The Ryan Bergara story.
Shut up.
Well, it's been real.
Penhurst State School and Hospital.
You got...
Saul.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We gotta figure that out.
We'll figure that out. Do you think the place is haunted?
No.
Why don't you ask me? What do you think my answer is gonna be?
Do you think the place is haunted?
You know what? Not sure.
Oh!
But probably.
Okay. Stop.
Yes.
Based on our experiences tonight, I unfortunately believe that many spirits remain trapped within the walls of this tragic facility. Hopefully I'm wrong, but regardless, whether or not Penhurst State School and Hospital is definitively haunted will remain unsolved.
Hey, Ryan, I like your... I get it. It's fun for you.
No, I'm taking...
This is a shocking story. I had been friends with Maria for many years during high school. She was almost like a sister to me. We helped each other get over heartbreaks and defended each other against mean classmates. But Maria had problems at home. She and her parents didn't get along, and on her 18th birthday, they kicked her out. That's why she asked me if she could move into my home for a few days. She was my best friend, so of course, I said yes. And for the next few weeks, my dad paid for all her meals and other expenses. You see, my parents had divorced several years earlier, after my dad had received a big promotion at work. Suddenly, he was making 3 times as much money as before, and it changed him. He started showing off by buying a nice new car, and unfortunately, he also got himself a side chick. When my mom found out about her, she immediately broke up with my dad. To this day, I haven't forgiven my dad for betraying my mom. But since then, He also became an even bigger jerk. So what happened next shouldn't have surprised me. I was gone for the weekend to attend a soccer tournament, and when I came back, my best friend Maria had a big smile on her face and said she needed to talk to me ASAP. She said, "You won't believe what happened last night. Your dad and I watched a movie together, and then we had a few drinks and got to know each other, and that's when it happened." I said, "When what happened?" And Maria said, "Well, we made out a bit and then we went a bit further. But I spare you the details. I mean, he is your dad." Okay, that wasn't just gross, it was dangerous. Because I knew that Maria had exploited her ex-boyfriends in the past. One time, she asked one of them to give her $1,000 so she could go to the dentist to have her tooth pulled out. Her poor boyfriend only had $500 in savings, so he sold his computer to give Maria the $1,000. But Maria never had a toothache and broke up with the guy the next week without giving him his money back. And I have many other stories where she cheated on her boyfriends. So of course, I didn't want her to date my dad, especially because she knew he had a lot of money. I mean, Maria was clearly a gold digger. And after her parents had kicked her out, she was probably on the lookout for financial security. And my dad was her target. Well, the next weekend, they officially announced to me that they were dating. And to celebrate their relationship, they drove in my dad's sports car from Los Angeles to Las Vegas to spend the weekend there. When Maria came back, she told me about all the things she had done with my dad, including losing $20,000 at a casino and renting a hotel suite for $2,500 per night. She ended her story with, "I didn't know your dad had that much money." Oh my God, she was such a gold digger. And that's why I went to my dad and told him how Maria only liked him for his money. But my dad responded, "Oh, sweetie, don't worry. Daddy got this." Yeah, sure. I kind of felt betrayed by Maria. I had brought her into my home for shelter, and now she was taking advantage of my idiotic dad. To make things worse, since they were officially dating, she acted like she had more rights than me. She even used my dad's sports car to drive around shopping. Of course, I was never allowed to drive that car. But now it was too late to kick her out. I knew my dad wouldn't allow it. But I still had hope. Because my dad is as much of a jerk as Maria, so it was only a matter of time until my dad would start mistreating her. But for the next few weeks, they continued dating and Maria was enjoying her new rich life. One day she came up to me all excited and said, "Guess what? Guess what? Your dad just had another promotion at work, and now he's the chief financial officer at his company, which means his salary doubled." Oh gosh, how could my dad like this girl? She was so shallow and only cared about his money. It shouldn't have been a surprise to anyone when Maria accidentally got pregnant 2 weeks later. My dad completely freaked out and screamed, "No, no, no, that can't be true." He was devastated because he knew he would have to pay child support for the next 18 years. I gotta be honest, my dad got what he deserved. But Maria deserved none of it. I had offered her help, and in exchange she took advantage of my family and took our money. And after Maria got pregnant, she completely stopped seeing my 51-year-old dad. He was suddenly too old for her taste. That's why she somehow moved back in with her parents, and after the baby was born, she and my dad negotiated how much child support he had to pay. Of course, I was curious and asked my dad on what figure they had agreed on, but he refused to tell me, so I had to ask Maria over text. She immediately wrote back $14,000 per month. What? That was more than twice the US average salary. And all she had to do is take care of a baby? I was so mad at her. But it got worse. Apparently, Maria wasn't satisfied with the money she received. She tried to blackmail my dad. She said she would neglect the child unless he'd pay her $25,000 per month. But this time, my dad handled it right. He talked to Maria in a room and begged her not to extort him. But she said very clearly that my dad either gave her the money or the baby would suffer. But of course, my dad was filming the conversation with a hidden camera, so it was easy for him to sue Maria afterward. And trust me, she got her justice. Not only did she go to prison for 1 month, but she also lost custody of her child. Which means my dad doesn't have to pay her child support anymore. Instead, my dad decided to pay me $10,000 a month to raise my half-sister, because he is too busy working. But I'm also busy going to college. So I hired a maid, and now I'm paying her $3,000 per month to take care of my half-sister during the day so I can get a college degree. And in the evening, I take over. I gotta admit, I really love my cute stepsister, even though she has horrible parents.
Hey, I'm Peter, and I recently changed schools because my dad found a job in a different city. I suffer from social anxiety, so the idea of making new friends petrified me. But it got worse. My new school based 50% of their grades on oral participation. Before, I had always been an honors student with top grades all my life because I wanted to go to an elite university someday. But there was no way I'd be able to talk in front of my class. And because I didn't want to become one of the bad students, I came up with a plan. On my first day at my new school, I took in a letter which read, "I'm Peter. I have mutism and several problems with my hearing." I gave it to the teacher, and after he read it, he asked, "Can you hear me?" Of course, I could hear him perfectly, but I acted like I didn't understand him. That's why I leaned forward so that my ear was almost touching his mouth, and when he asked again if I could hear, I nodded. Then he gestured to me to sit down right at the front. I was so nervous, my heart was almost jumping out of my chest. But it was worth it. Everyone believed I was mute and deaf. After that, my teachers only gave me written assignments, and I didn't have to do any PowerPoint presentations or answer questions in front of my class. But there was one problem left. My gym teacher, Mr. Gary. I could tell he didn't believe I was deaf or mute, but of course he still had to treat me respectfully, or otherwise someone could have accused him of mistreating of a retarded person or something. But one day, he crept up behind me and yelled, "Boo!" I jumped and let out a little scream. Afterward, Mr. Gary talked to me inside his office. He said he'd called up my old school and learned that I could speak and hear just fine. That's why he asked why I was faking being mute and deaf. Well, I told him everything about my social anxiety and how I didn't want to fail my classes. Luckily, Mr. Gary turned out to be really cool. He said he'd keep my secret and even told me I was one of the most badass people he knew for pulling this off. Wow, maybe he was right. Maybe I was badass after all. I understand that some people would argue that I should face my fears and practice my communication skills instead of avoiding to speak. But they don't understand that my social anxiety is so bad that there is no way on earth I would raise my arm and speak in front of my class. And this way, instead of getting an F for my oral participation, I'm only graded on my written work. And that's 1,000 times better, because it will allow me to go to Stanford or MIT someday. And pretending to be mute and deaf isn't easy either. Imagine someone makes a really funny joke in your class, and you have to hold back laughter. It sucks. And it makes you feel very isolated. Especially because I can't talk to the other kids in school, because I can't risk them telling the teachers that I'm only pretending. But there is one boy who I trusted enough to tell him my secret. You should have seen his face when I told him I could speak perfectly well. My parents know all about it too. I had to tell them because there was a parents' day at school, and I couldn't risk them telling my teachers the truth. Luckily, my parents were okay about it. They agreed that my grades were more important than answering questions in class. When they found out why I'd done it, they were really supportive. They didn't know about so they signed me up for a public speaking course to help me overcome my fears. The first time I went, I broke down in tears when it was my turn to speak. It was so embarrassing. But everyone was really kind, and slowly I'm getting better at talking in front of others.
If you're making a
Hi, I'm Neha from India. Please like and subscribe. I lived in a small village near Delhi with my single mom who owned a small beauty salon. Mom adored me, but there was another person I was super close to, her brother Raj. Uncle Raj was 10 years younger than Mom, and he stayed with us as he was studying in university close to the village. Every weekend, he would take me to the village fair. Later, he followed and climbed onto my bed with his muddy boots. Hey, who said you could come in here? Aw, the little baby. He looked really annoyed and started to leave, but then he picked his nose and rubbed a big booger on my hair. Oh my God! I jumped on him like a wrestler and tackled him to the ground. Moments later, I had his arm pinned behind his back as he cried like a baby, and his mom came running to his rescue. And my mom was furious. Stop taking her to that rubbish fair, Raj. Where else would she learn this wrestling nonsense? That brat deserved it, and wrestling is the coolest. It's wild and unladylike, and you embarrassed me. You're not going to see those matches anymore. You hear me? Uncle Raj nodded obediently, but we sneaked out anyway. Then one day in 8th grade, our teacher informed us that they were introducing a new sport in school, wrestling. And I was on cloud 9. Mom would never approve, so I didn't tell her and joined the club. Of course, Uncle Raj knew. He also knew how tough the training could be, so he'd sneak extra food on my plate when he thought Mom wasn't looking. What are you doing, Raj? If she eats so much she'll get fat, then no boy will want to marry her. Trust me, sister. One day, there will be a long line of boys outside your home for Neha. And I'll tackle all of them to the ground so they'll go back to their mommies crying. This is not how girls talk, Neha. Girls are supposed to be delicate. They're supposed to sing and dance and learn sewing. Boring! I resisted everything girly, but Mom was as stubborn as a donkey. She would